You know, I said I was gonna go, leave the house, get breakfast, whatever, but I wanted to talk about this one last trade that just went through about 10 minutes ago. I get it, there are other trades that we can also talk about, other ones we didn't cover on the channel, Roslovic to the Rangers, Peak to the Bruins, but none other than this one is one that I actually feel the need to talk about. The Minnesota Wild have acquired forward Dmitri Ovchinnikov and a 2026 fourth-round draft pick from the Toronto Maple Leafs for forward Connor Dewar. And this, I think, is a very good trade for Minnesota. You know, I don't like to dunk on the Toronto Maple Leafs too much because their fan base will go out there and crucify me if I do, but man, oh man, is this a good prospect in Ovchinnikov going over to the Wild in exchange for a guy whom many kind of assumed was probably going to be traded in some capacity. He does expire, or his contract expires at the end of the season, 2023-2024, $800,000 center, 24 years old, 5'10", left-handed guy, and he'll be heading over to a Toronto Maple Leafs team with 14 points and 57 games played to his name this year. Initially a third-round pick by the Wild in 2018, Connor Dewar does what the Maple Leafs need. He does pretty much what NHL players are capable of doing right now at this age, which is why they traded away Ovchinnikov as well as that draft pick to get pretty much a moving forward in time with their prospect. If you have a guy like Ovchinnikov and the cost to make him into an NHL player right now is a fourth-round pick, that is essentially the bet that the Maple Leafs ended up pulling off. But for the Wild, this is a pretty good player here in Ovchinnikov, mostly because when it comes to his overall profile, I've been kind of following this guy ever since he was a draft eligible in 2019-20. The fact that he slipped to the 5th round, in my opinion, was kind of whack in and of itself. This is because when he was in the MHL, the Junior Russian League, he was a point-per-game guy, which is normally seen as quite a big feat, especially for prospects playing around that area, and sure, you could say he's a little on the smaller side, only 5'10", 165, left-handed forward out of Chita in Russia. But even if you go over to some of the projections, I mean, I think a lot of outlets had him higher than 137, yeah, so Elite Prospects had him at 117, Future Considerations had him a little bit lower at 172, and McKeen's had him at 160. The fact is, Ovchinnikov, with his production and everything, I actually thought he could have been taken a lot earlier than round number 5, but the Maple Leafs took their swing, they had him in their system, he played in the KHL, he played in the MHL, and even this season he's been with the Marlies with 10 points in 20 games played, so a good pro. He's going out there and producing at half a point a game in his rookie AHL year, which is definitely not bad, especially for a 21-year-old. Even the scouting report here on Elite Prospects says that he plays with pace, attacks the inside, cuts through traffic, makes flashy net drives, and creates passing lanes. Dmitri Ovchinnikov identifies the trailer and teammates through layers. Defensively, he brings a refined decision-making process and discipline. He supports the play, keeps an active stick to the tier passes, and brings a consistent effort. Pretty much, when it comes to what the Minnesota Wild are getting here, you are getting an all-situations prospect that can do some really flashy offensive things when he has the puck and when he has space. This could be a potential bottom 6 to maybe even middle 6 player if everything goes right, but one thing's for certain, I definitely did think that there was more to come out of Ovchinnikov heading into the next few years. So seeing the Maple Leafs give up on him so early, look, I guess if you're trading away this and getting the Connor Dewar player in the process, it makes sense. You're going and getting that player for the now. Like, when it comes down to it, the Maple Leafs are going all in. They want to capitalize on the guys they have in their system right now. That makes sense. So getting Connor Dewar for this run, I mean, he's no Ryan O'Reilly, I'll say that. He is no Tomas Hertl, or he's not an Anthony Mantha or a Tarasenko, but he is a guy who is young-ish, so if you want to talk about him coming back, I mean, he is an RFA at the end of his contract, so he will be eligible to only sign with Toronto unless the offer sheet comes in. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about the Minnesota Wild getting this really nice prospect from Toronto in Ovchinnikov and a 4th-round pick in the process, whilst sending away Connor Dewar to the Maple Leafs. Thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.